What's up, Flock? I'm Jeremy Beadling here with Ravens Rundown, and I have a quick ask for you. Go down and like this video. I want to be making more draft videos, and of course, I don't want to be making them for another couple of weeks because the Ravens are going to make the playoffs if you like this video right now. So go down there, smash that like button, and let's get into this draft targets video. All right, Ravens fans. So I have been in the dungeon with draft guru Tom Downey. I've been looking at these guys, and I came up with a list for y'all of the top 5 draft targets that the Ravens need to go out and try to get in the 2022 NFL draft. But first, you're like, hey, who can we even draft? What draft picks do we have? I got you covered right here. So this is crazy. The Ravens have possibly 10 draft picks in the upcoming draft. I just showed you the top draft picks right here. We have our own first round, own second round, own third round. We're going to get a third round comp for the Texans hiring David Ojabo, and possibly 5 fourth round picks. I said that right. 5 fourth round picks. 2 for Matthew Judon and Yannick Ngakoue leaving as comp picks. And then we also have a trade with the Giants and a trade with the Cardinals, as well as our own 4th round pick. So we're going to have a bevy of early round picks, a lot of flexibility to move up and down. So it could be exciting for the Ravens this upcoming draft. But let's see, what are the biggest needs for the Ravens in this upcoming draft. I put 3 on there. Obviously we have some other holes that we can fill, but the biggest needs, in my opinion, O-line, safety, and D-line. Obviously O-line, we have Ronnie Stanley coming back and Juwan James both coming back from injury. Both should be starting tackles, but both getting up in age. Juwan James has had a couple injuries, so you want to kind of shore up that offensive line depth chart. And if we've seen anything from this season with the Ravens, you need depth in the NFL because there will be injuries. So let's go right into it. My first Ravens 2022 draft target, Charles Cross. And I know it might be a little bit of a stretch. He's one of the best tackles in this draft class. He's actually number 9 on PFF's big board for total prospects. But like I said, the Ravens have a lot of flexibility to move up and down in this draft. And I really think that getting a guy like Charles Cross, even if he doesn't start this upcoming season behind Juwan James or Ronnie Stanley, he could be a great addition to this Ravens offensive line, and he can kind of grow into that role and be your starting right or left tackle for years to come, protecting Lamar Jackson. So I really think if they can get their hands on Charles Cross, that would be a slam dunk for the Ravens in the 2022 draft. But first, before I get on to any more of these draft prospects, what are you doing? No, really, what are you doing? Why are you not subbed yet? Go down and hit that big red sub button for the latest Ravens news, updates, rumors, everything. I promise you, I talked to YouTube, and they ran the analytics. This is the best Ravens YouTube channel out there. They told me straight up, hey, Jeremy, you're killing the game. I don't know what to tell you. So go down there, hit that big red button, and subscribe today. All right, going on to the second name on our 2022 NFL draft targets. I went O-line twice, Kenyon Green. And whenever I was talking to Tom Downey, our Chat Sports draft guru, he told me Kenyon Green is kind of a plug-and-play guy, and he started on 4 different positions this year for Texas A&M alone. So, especially when you have guys going out at guard, tackle, even center sometimes, this is a great guy to have on your team if he can plug and play and if he can fill in different roles for your offensive line. Flexibility is a huge, huge key if you're an offensive lineman, and being able to, especially if you're not going to start year one, being able to plug and play anywhere on the offensive line, that makes you really valuable in this league. And if you can do that for this team, that would be a great get for the Ravens. I personally think O-line is the biggest need for this team. Obviously we saw a handful of our guys go down this year for season-ending injuries. So obviously, it's something that you're concerned about going forward in the future. But what do you think? Is O-line the biggest need for the Ravens? Go down and type Y for yes, or go ahead and type in for no. Next up on this list, we're going DB. Obviously, another area of concern for the Ravens this season with a couple injuries like Marcus Peters, like Marlon Humphrey, 2 amazing guys, and obviously they're coming back next season, but it wouldn't hurt to revamp it a little bit, and Ahmad Gardner would be an awesome awesome prospect, Sauce Gardner, as my producer is telling me in my ear. He is a physical corner, kind of lengthy, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's allowed 0 touchdowns in his career. I mean, if you can get your hands on this guy in the first round, if you can draft Sauce Gardner, bring the sauce to the Ravens secondary, I mean, that would be well welcomed. And I mean, Wink Martindale, he's obviously a very creative defensive coordinator, sending him on blitzes, getting him in nickel packages. I don't really think you can ever have enough corners in this league. Obviously, it's a passing league now, so there's a ton of wide receivers that can threaten your defense, and having another stop kind of shutdown corner can really elevate a defense. Now, obviously, like I said, there was a ton of injuries in the Ravens secondary. I mean, the Ravens whole team this season. But I need to know, what is your confidence level in this Ravens secondary for this next season? I mean, I'm obviously confident in Marlon Humphrey. I hope Marcus Peters can get back to his old ways, intercepting the ball, getting some turnovers for this defense, because that was sorely missed in this past season. But I mean, let me know, what do you think? Scale of 1 to 100, 1 being like, oh, this is going to be the most trash secondary I've ever seen. Like Marshall Green is going to go and toss up 3 touchdowns in flag football on them. 100 being they are the next steel curtain. They are the next Ravens. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, they're going to come up the gut and kind of take away any life that opposing offenses have. That's 100. I know I went way too long on that, but go ahead. Give me your confidence level in the Ravens secondary next season. And if you're confident about that, yeah, go ahead and be confident on some bets this season with our sportsbook sponsor, BetUS. They're the best sportsbook in the game. They are giving an amazing deal, and it's too crazy to even comprehend. You get a 125% deposit bonus if you go to chatsports.com/bet, use promo code chat125. Jeremy, what does that even mean? I'll tell you what it means, okay? It means that if you put in $100 to BetUS, they are going to gift you $125 for free. Up to $500, you can get $625 back for free for betting on NBA, NFL, NCAA, anything. You can bet on anything, even Polish basketball. So go ahead, go to BetUS and get started right now. All right, the next prospect on our 2022 draft targets video, Daxton Hill. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I don't know if he's a first-round talent per se, but he is one of the best safeties in this draft. He's a really good cover guy. His one area of concern, as you saw in the Orange Bowl against Georgia, not great at stopping the run. But, hey, if you can have another guy on the back end covering these wide receivers, that's also a plus. And like I said, the Ravens have a lot of flexibility to move up or down in this draft. So if they're sitting there in the first round, they don't like their options, they can go ahead and move down to the start of the second round and pick up somebody like Daxton Hill to shore up that secondary. Like I said, you can never have enough guys in the secondary to fill out that defense, and I really think Daxton Hill would be a great piece, a great addition to this Ravens secondary. Lastly on this list, I have Jordan Davis. Oh, this would be an amazing, amazing draft pick if the Ravens can get their hands on Jordan Davis. You know, kind of shoring up the inside of the defensive line. You know, we have Odafe Oweh on the outside. He's been showing a lot of promise as a rookie. But, hey, if you can get another guy on the inside to bring pressure as well, I mean, that would be an insane pass rush for the Ravens next season. And, I mean, Jordan Davis, if you look at him right now, 6'6", 340 pounds. When I tell you I've not seen a 6'6", 340-pound guy move like this ever, he moves like he's like 240 pounds. He is a beast on the inside in the trenches. And because, you know, Ravens flock, I'm your guy, I actually added in one extra draft target for the first couple rounds, David Ojabo. I mean, like I said, I think that he might be taken before the Ravens' first-round draft pick. But if they decide to move up, if it's right position, right time, if he's kind of slipping, if he's a couple picks away, I wouldn't mind the Ravens wasting a sixth round or one of their fourth-round picks if they really believe Ojabo can be one of the premier pass rushers in this league moving forward. Now, obviously, we're talking about the draft. We're talking about offseason, getting into next season. So I want to play a little game with you. What do you think is going to be the Ravens' record next season? I mean, you have to remember there's 17 games now. I mean, I would say a safe pick for me. I'm gonna go 11-6. Yeah, 11-6 sounds good for their record next season. But you let me know. Get down in the comments right now. Tell me, what do you think the Ravens' record is going to be next season? So obviously left out of this list, some skill guys. I think obviously we spent 2 first-round picks on wide receivers in the past couple years in Hollywood Brown and Rashad Bateman. So here are some later round skill guys that I really think the Ravens could get their hands on. Calvin Turner, he's electric with the ball in his hand. Could be going in the 4th or 5th round. Like I said, the Ravens have 5 fourth-round picks, so could be a good steal right there. Tyler, his name's Beatty, but I'm calling him Tyler Batty because he's a baddie. He's from Missouri. He is the leading rusher in the SEC, yet he's not getting any respect. I get no respect. Tyler Batty, he is a great running back. He should be a great addition for any team that picks him up in the later rounds next season. And Jake Ferguson, I know we just signed Mark Andrews to a contract extension. He is playing out of his mind. He's balling out this year. But with the Ravens' offensive scheme, it's always good to have an extra kind of blocking tight end, and that's what Jake Ferguson is. He can catch the ball, but he's really good inline blocking for the run game, and especially if you expect to get back J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards next season, he could be a great addition to this offense. Now, if you're wondering, hey, what are some other draft sleepers that the Ravens could get? We have you covered here at Chat Sports yet again. Tom Downey, our draft guru, put together this 2022 NFL Draft Sleepers. I made this fire thumbnail that you see right here. Yeah, obviously, it's awesome. You got to go check it out. It's on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, so go ahead and go sub to them too. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. NFL content every single day. But go check out this Draft Sleepers video if you're wondering, hey, who are some later round guys that the Ravens could get?